What's up, man? So a lot of guys are seeing content like this. They wondering, is it too good to be true? Are the women really like that? Is the nightlife really like that? And a lot of guys, they see the content and they just go straight to booking a flight and heading off to these places without doing any research, which I don't recommend. That's why I'm here to give you a little bit of game on some of the scams to avoid and on some of the iffy kind of situations that you need to avoid when traveling to a place like Colombia. And anything I miss, if you're an OG, drop it down in the comments. Let these guys know what they need to know before going out to these places. Let these guys know what you wish you did know before going. You can have your way in these places, and you don't even need to be tall like this guy. You just need to be moving correctly. So let's get into it. Number one, man, it's a huge one, man. You gotta know the price of anything before you buy it. Always know the price, always negotiate the price because if you don't, I made this mistake. Plenty of guys have made this mistake, whether it's food, whether it's dealing with a girl or whatever. If you get the good or service before knowing the price, they're gonna tax you. They're gonna inflate the price, and it's not really much you can say because as soon as you start trying to negotiate after the fact, they're going to probably stand on their price. And then if you don't want to pay, they're going to start threatening to call the police. It's happened to plenty of guys, and I do not want that happening to you. So make sure before you buy anything, as soon as you step off that plane, you need to be in the mindset, what's the price? ¿Qué precio? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Ask them something. Make sure you know what the price is before you get any good or service. I want you to drill that one into your mind. And this kind of goes along with number one, but the taxis, man. The taxis are gonna try to get over you in some aspects. Some of them will be fair and give you a fair price, but if you're not from there, how are you gonna really know what a fair price is? So if they tell you that it's 40 USD, you probably will just end up paying that because you feel like you have no other choice. But no, there are other options. There's local ride share apps. There's Uber works in Colombia, so definitely use that if you want to make sure you're getting a set price. And don't be afraid of the local transportation, but do make sure you do, like I said, do your research. Don't just hop in anybody's taxi without getting a price and making sure they're official and actually work for a company because there'll be guys, especially at the airport, that just standing out there with cars and they'll be like, yo, you want to ride? You want to ride? And they'll act like a taxi and you're not really gonna know if they're a real taxi or not. Then you end up dropped off in somebody's hood and they done left you there and who knows what could happen to you after that. So definitely, man, watch out for the taxis because they do be scamming. I've said it before in other videos, but it's kind of all over the world. You gotta understand that if especially if it's not like no hard regulations on it, like Jamaica, for example, I know that the airport they have their own taxi people, but all of the prices are already there on the when you get up to like the taxi desk or whatever. So you're already knowing what you're gonna pay rather than I've heard people get to El Centro from the airport for $20, or I heard for less than that, and I heard for some people it took $40. So it's never gonna be a set rate. So just be prepared for that. Number three is it's free. When someone tells you it, and realize you got to realize nothing is free. Nothing is free. Someone might give you something um, to try, but best believe that they're assuming and they got it in their mind that they're gonna get some money out your pocket by the time you finish tasting whatever they give you or trying out whatever they give you. Nothing is gonna be free. A lot of times people try to put stuff on you, necklaces, bracelets. They'll try to put it on you so you feel like you already got it, so you feel like you have to pay. But do not be afraid to say no because they're going to be coming at you in these places. And that's not even the woman. This is like the salesman, the people running shops, restaurants. It doesn't matter. They're going to be eyeing out your pocket. You're American. They see how you talk. They see how you dress. They're going to assume that you brought like a lot of money for your trip, which isn't the case for everybody. Everybody doesn't just come ready to ball out in certain places. But I do think you should be willing to spend. Like, don't be going to these places being all extra cheap. You know, you got to boost up the economy a little bit, but don't don't feel like you forced on anything, because somebody's gonna come, oh yeah, try this bracelet on. Oh, you want to get it for your girl, or get this, and it's in your hand. Now they telling you the price, and then you negotiate for something that you don't even really want. The next thing to avoid is going to be a woman trying to steal from you. And it happens a lot of times. I mean, the kids do it too. Sometimes the guys, when it comes to like being pickpocketed, you want to make sure you either have some type of chest bag, and that can be a kind of a target in general, but at least can't nobody get into it or like kind of sneak into it like how they can in your pocket, especially like if you're in a packed club or something like that. They'll bump up against you, they'll put their hand right in your pocket and try to grab whatever's in there and just keep moving. So you got to watch out for the pickpocketers and just thievery in general. Like, don't go to these places just trusting anybody. You really don't even want to leave anybody around your stuff. Like, okay, say you got a girl, you bring her back to your Airbnb, you did all the right things, you checked to make sure her ID and all that was straight. You got a doorman that checked her in and stuff like that. You gave him a little bit of a tip, but that is not over yet. You still up in the room. You don't want to leave her alone in a room too long. She's gonna be looking at stuff. These girls, like, they come from extreme poverty, bro. They will take your deodorant, take your socks, whatever you got, they're gonna take it. Don't let you and they're this is not their first time riding a bike. You feel me? They've been on this ride a few times. They already know for the signs to look out for if a guy's like extra green, or, and by green I mean like he's easy to get over, easy to take advantage of. They're gonna see that from a mile away. So if they see, oh yeah, he's real drunk, he gonna go take a shower and leave his pants on the floor with his wallet in it and his money in it. I'm gonna take the money and put and stuff it in my bra, or stuff it in my shoe, or stuff it over here, and then boom, he goes to pay me after he got the services. He realizes the money gone, and I'm gonna act like I don't know nothing about the money, and still require that he pay me. Like, that's a huge finesse. That actually happened to one of my homies. He was not, and if you watch my content, you probably seen it. He's not being wise, and he left her alone in the room. Next thing you know, the money gone, and it became a whole altercation after that. Where I just told him, look, you gotta pay her, bro. You gotta pay her. You don't want to be in Colombian jail. You don't want to be explaining yourself to the police. He don't know a lick of Spanish at all, and I'm not trying to be fucked up because you got us in this situation. So go ahead, take the L. That's when it comes to dealing with the woman, you already partaking in shady activity. I look at it like, somebody gets over to you, it's like, okay, a guy, he robbing the bank, and then somebody robbed him. I mean, he was already doing shady activity, so it's gonna be shady people around you in general. So you gotta understand, like, a lot of these women, they in survival mode. The next thing to avoid is getting drugged. Obviously, like, we all want to avoid getting drugged. We have seen the guys in Brazil, Colombia, they go to these places alone, and they end up getting scopamine or scoped, or like however you want to say it. It's a thing that grows in the South America called devil's breath. I think it just grows naturally, and people take it. Some people get high off it. Some people use it to drug people, turns you into a zombie. If you want to go look it up, go look that up. Definitely not something that you want to happen to you. I would definitely say that. So you have to watch who you're around. Don't leave if your drink leaves your eyesight, don't touch it. If you meeting people out, you got to make sure you're not getting too late, especially if you're alone. Most of this stuff happens to guys that's alone. It does happen to guys that are in groups, because I mean, you got to think, when you were a young guy and your group of friends, y'all had a girl come over and her group of friends. What's going to be the main strategy? Divide and conquer. So they're going to try to get you to separate, so it makes it easier to take advantage of somebody. So you got to watch out for that as well. Hey man, like, you got to think, because it's a third world country. Their brains, they work like ours. Like, people are not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing, and they usually have teams. It's like, okay, the girls, they gonna be the ones to get you drugged. The next thing you know, the guys come around. Once they got your stuff, they can sell your stuff, or they can just hack it. And I've seen people lose their whole bank accounts and all types of stuff just by not being aware of their surroundings and not understanding, like just getting too loose in these places. Like go have a good time, go have a fun, meet new people, make friends, but don't be so trusting. Just don't be so trusting. And this one is kind of low key underrated. A lot of guys don't even think about this, but don't go to these places, especially if you're a first timer, thinking, okay, you're gonna fall in love and stuff like that, and end up spending a lot more than you would have just because a girl's putting on a good girlfriend experience. You know, some guys they go willing to actually pay, and that's what they're looking for, that the girlfriend experience, and want to go on a date and do all these things. But know your intentions and know what you want to do. Don't have a girl because you want, it's your trip. You're trying to have fun. Don't make a girl have you doing stuff that you don't want to do. So yeah, man, just wanted to make a quick video on some things that I thought you should definitely avoid when going to these places, some scams that be running and they be working because they keep doing it and they're going to try it on everybody that comes through. And all you got to do, like I said, in all these situations, just be aware and think, bro. Don't let nobody make you do anything you don't want to do. Don't let nobody make you buy anything you don't want to buy. And always negotiate and always get the price. Whether you're dealing with women, you're dealing with salesmen, it doesn't matter. And don't, another thing too, last thought, don't let these guys pimp these girls out to you. You can go and get your own women. You don't want um those girls that be in the brothels and they look like they don't want to be there. They look like they're doing it because if they don't, they're gonna get beat or something like that. You don't want those type of girls. Definitely go out, get to meet your own girl. I don't care where she's at, if she's a streetwalker or in the club or whatever. It doesn't, like I said, it don't matter to me what you do. I don't care how you spend your money. I'm just trying to protect your money. But yeah, bro, that's it. Like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe if you are OG. Drop some game down in the comments for these young guys, man. Drop some game down in the comments for these young guys, man. We definitely need it. If you're not in the Patreon group, get in there, man. A lot of content, even if you're a free member, man. I'm still dropping content for y'all as well. And also starting up a WhatsApp group. Hit me up in Instagram DM if you're trying to get in the WhatsApp group. Just trying to connect, trying to meet some guys, trying to show y'all that you got options in this world. That's what I'm trying to do. It's always like y'all.